Yo, yo, it's Theo. Peace, everyone. Peace. How's it going? We are out here in the car today because it's cold outside. It's not cold, but I don't feel like making a video outside because I don't like to chill for real. And that plus a little loud. I couldn't really find any private nature areas with good like service. But yeah, it's a great day today. You know, it's a really great day. And I hope you guys are doing well. Today, I'm going to be talking about attitude, self-image, and goals, right? Attitude will be first because it's one of the most, to me, it's the most important word of the English language, right? Attitude is vitally important to understand because attitude is the key to success. Once you understand your attitude, once you understand yourself in the sense of self-image as well, you will then be able to unlock different areas of your life. The secret to success is hidden in your daily routine. So success is not an action, it's a habit. With that being said, if you want to be successful, you must first conquer yourself, because he who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior. What this is saying is that when you learn how to master the 7 capital sins, in the sense of mastering anger or wrath, envy, lust, so on and so forth, you become more prosperous naturally. Why? Because you attract people who are in alignment with the highest side of your personality versus the lowest side of your personality. Attitude is linked to our temperament. Get it? Temperament or temperamental. So with that being said, how you change your attitude is by changing your diet first. You are what you eat. Understand that your food creates your mood. So in other words, we literally become what we eat, because what you consume will consume you. In other words, to give a less vague concept, we must understand that if you're eating dead things all the time, you will get low vibrational frequencies. If you're eating junk food all day, you're getting junk vibrational frequencies. But if you're drinking alkaline water and eating healthy active foods, live active foods, your body will then absorb those foods and replace its skin cells and its cells with the things that you are eating. You literally become what you eat. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, understand this. As Dr. Sebi, which is my food mentor, said, all diseases start in the lower intestines and is caused by mucus. So when you get rid of the mucus, you get rid of the disease ultimately, because it builds your immune system. We must understand that the only way that your body is going to be able to fight a virus, illness, or sickness is if you defeat the mucus, get rid of the mucus. Because understand that if your nose is running, you got sinusitis. If you got mucus in your lungs, you got bronchitis. And if you got mucus in your joints, you got arthritis, right? So it's all about getting rid of the mucus. Once you neutralize the mucus, you neutralize the whole disease, right? Disease will also emanate from dis-ease. And when you're going through dis-ease, that contributes to disease, but disease also contributes to dis-ease, where you're uncomfortable in your body. You might have back pain. You might have a major headache. There's so many causes to dis-ease that the only way to get through and past it is if you change your diet. When you change your diet, you ultimately change your attitude, because your food creates your mood. One more time, your food creates your mood. So always remember to eat. If you want to really get the most packed nutrients out of something, eat green foods, right? Because understand the chakra, the green chakra, it means love, but not to make it so vague and mystical, but to make it a little bit more real. When you're eating like celery, broccoli, spinach, greens, you know what I'm saying, all avocados, grapes, when you're eating all these things, right, your body absorbs these things and then uses what you're eating as fuel, like a car. You know what I'm saying? It's like a car. No, we're no different. Literally, our body is a vehicle for the soul. Our body is a vehicle for the soul, and the soul rests within the heart. So always remember to keep your vessel clean and clear, right? With that being said, transcending that, going into self-image. Self-image plays into attitude vitally, because how you conceive yourself is how you conceive the world. Your perception of the world is a reflection of your own state of being. Your perception of me is a reflection of you, and how you feel about money, how you feel about people, how you feel about anything outside of you, whether it be video games, women, so on and so forth. How you feel about the world is ultimately a reflection of your own self, right? So how do you transform your life? You transform your life by transforming your self-image. This is going into the universal laws, because the universe operates by law. There are no accidents or coincidences, only connections and synchronizations. With that being said, the universe operates by law, and we must think of the universal laws as God's modus operandi. Nothing happens by accident, right? With that being said, there's a universal law called the law of polarity. It's also one of the 7 Hermetic principles. The law of polarity states that there's an opposite to everything. In other words, no matter how thin you slice the bread, you will always have 2 sides to that piece of bread. Hold on one second. You see this coin? It's one coin. It's one coin, but there's 2 sides to the coin, right? So I'm one body, I'm one vessel, but there's 2 sides to me, in the sense of I have a positive side and a negative side. Now, going into the Japanese, I'm gonna read your message in a second. But as the Japanese said, this is a Japanese proverb. They said that everyone has 3 masks. Mask emanating from the Latin persona, because persona means mask, right? If you look it up on Google, literally you can look up what persona means, and it literally means mask. So your persona, your mask, your ego, your consciousness, whatever, so on and so forth, you are who you are. All right, so how this goes is, there is who you are when you're by yourself, there's who you are when you're with your friends and family, and then there's who you are when you're in public. The idea here is to align the 3, so that way we can build what we call integrity, fortitude, right? Gratitude, right? Because when you have fortitude, you have built a mental fortress. Nothing can get past, nothing can penetrate your fortress. When you live in gratitude, that is the highest vibrational frequency. How you doing? And when you have when you have integrity, that's when you are in full alignment with your future, right? So it's all about staying true to yourself and always staying true to yourself and always knowing yourself. Tedmet no si. But how do you know yourself? Simply search for yourself. In a man's search for meaning, you must search for yourself. Why? Because you cannot find the answers outside of yourself. All the answers are within. B, safety, protection, and security are not something you find outside of you. Those are things within. And C, God, Christ, Buddha, Allah, all these entities, and so on and so forth, all these people that we look for outside of ourselves, all these energies, right? All these things are within. Right? All these concepts are within. Consciousness is something that's within you, not outside of you, right? The day you search for yourself is the day you will find God. And when you find God, you will only find yourself. Understand this, though. We are in a collective dream, and I am clothed in imagination. What this is saying is this, that we don't own each other. We don't own anything else. I don't own this car. I don't own a house. Even if you think you own a house, you don't own these things. These are privileges. These are things you are experiencing for a brief moment in time. There's a saying called memento mori, which means remember that you die. So going into stoicism is basically knowing how to look at adversity and not show any harsh emotions, such as like existential dread, fear, anxiety, depression, so on and so forth. So with memento mori, remember that you die, this is how you gain fortitude, when you know how much time you have. There are 60 seconds in 1 minute. There are 60 minutes in 1 hour. There are 24 hours in 1 day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, 54 weeks in a year, 54 weeks in a year. If you're lucky enough to live to your 100, you have 5,200 weeks to live. If you're 25 now, that means you have 3,900 weeks to live. And if you're going to die at 70, that means you have 2,340 weeks to live. So once you understand the value of time, you will then understand the value of money. Because if time is money and you value time more than you value money, then you have to start valuing yourself, because time is not time is absolute. But time is not a thing that you hold. It's a thing that you make, right? You make time. You don't have time. Our issue is we think we have time. We actually make time. Because when someone says, oh, I don't have time, or oh, I don't think I have the time to do this, or I don't want to, or so on and so forth, they're just basically saying they don't want to, because everything's based on priority, right? So we must understand that time is the greatest. Time is an illusion. Separation is an illusion, right? Safety, when they tell you safety, they're really saying control. What this is saying is this, that time is perspective. So how you perceive something is based on how you see yourself. Because again, I am not what you think of me. You are what you think of me. And vice versa. You are not what I think of you. I am what I think of you. You know what I'm saying? It's a perpetual transmutation of energy, right? And that goes into the law of vibration. Or that, I said the law of vibration. That goes into the law of perpetual transmutation of energy. In the sense of that, that goes into the law of oneness, stating that everything is one. I'm going to read your message down here real quick, though. A little random fact: most poisonous frogs on the planet are able to create their own toxin poisons based off the insect that they eat. So everything that we embody is based off the byproduct of that we put inside our system. Right? That's a real cool fact. No bullshit. That's a real great fact. That's a real cool fact. Thank you for telling me that. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for telling me. I know that. I really did not know that. That's what's up. But that's really how it is, though. You know what I'm saying? That's really how it is. But to go back into what I was talking about, the time thing. Once you realize that an inch of time is worth an inch of gold, you then must ask yourself, okay, how much money do I want? Now, this is where we get into goal setting, right? Because the difference between a successful person and an unsuccessful person is a successful person has goals. An unsuccessful person does not have goals. I'll even take you guys through the process to which we can I'll give you guys a foundation. I want to give as much value as I can within this video, because I definitely want to help everyone be prosperous. I want to live in as Marcus Aurelius would say, I want to live in eudaimonia as well, which is human flourishing, prosperity, and blessedness. In other words, I want to have a harmonious family. I want to have a wealthy mindset, and I want to have I am so happy and grateful now that I see myself with a harmonious family, a wealthy mindset, and a healthy body. With that being said, I always want to transmit that energy off to other people, because what I want for myself is ultimately what I want for the world, right? So with that being said, if I give value every single day, which I will be doing, I know that what I get in return will be abundant. Because as Jesus said, those who give shall receive, and when they receive, they shall receive abundance. But those who do not give, even what they have shall be taken. In other words, the rich get rich and the poor get poorer. Now, when I say rich, I don't mean rich in money or material. I mean realizing I create happiness, because I'm not rich because of money. I'm rich because of my skills. I'm rich because of my mindset. I'm rich because of my health, right? What I mean by riches is getting what you want out of life. You know what I'm saying? And wealth is measured by time and is measured by money. You know what I'm saying? Money is a yardstick of your wealth, right? So with that being said, I'm gonna there's this system that I have that I got from this man named Dan Lok, and he's one of my mentors for copywriting. I've always known the value of the word, because in the beginning there was the word, and that word was God, or logos, and that the word was with God, and the word was God. So in other words, all of our words are God, right? All of everything that we do, think, and act is God, in the sense of it is God that worketh in you, that wills and does, said Paul. And I got that from the Science of Getting Rich. It's an audio book on YouTube. I would suggest it because it is a very, very valuable listen. If you're looking for, or how about this? Would you agree that the most valuable commodity is information? I think so. You know what I'm saying? I believe that the most valuable commodity outside of time and water is information. And the most valuable currency is attention, not money, because money is a currency too. Everything's energy, but money is a form of currency. But the most valuable currency, in my opinion, will be attention, right? And the greatest asset, in my opinion, is health. Now, with that being said, I'm going to go to the system real quick. All right, so where is my pen? There we go. Okay. So I'm going to start off small. Because I don't want to, well, I guess I don't mind going big. Let's go big. Fuck it. Let's go big. Nah, we gonna go small. I'm gonna go small in this video. I already have my number. I'm just gonna put a random number. But let's say, for example, what the heck did I put that pin at? What the heck? What the fuck? Oh. Okay. That's crazy, man. I lost my pen that quick. Okay, so look, I'm gonna turn my camera around. So let's say, for example, you want to make $1 million a year. Hold on, I'm gonna put at the top here, decision. And I'm putting decision on the top, because once you make a decision, the universe will conspire to work for you. You know what I'm saying? And in other words, as soon as you make a decision, it's gonna be like water to a rock. The universe is gonna move out of your way and go right around you. Hey, this man knows what he wants. I'm not gonna get in his way, type stuff. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, I'm gonna go into this part right here. So let's say you want to make $1 million a year, right? So you want to make $1 million a year. So let's say, for example, you work 8 hours a day for 220 days a year, right? That will equal 1,760 hours. And if you have a calculator or a pen and paper, write this down. You know what I'm saying? Write this down, because again, once you make a decision to make this much a year, the universe will conspire to work for you. Hey, how you doing, man? How you doing? I remember you. How you doing? I'm glad you're here. So with that being said, and that's how many hours. Excuse me. That's how many hours you'll be working. So you divide this number right here by how much you want to make a year. So we'll do this. Hold on. 1M. I don't want to do all the zeros. Divided by 1,760, and that will equal $5,608.18, right? That's just the estimate. Of course, there's more numbers after that, but in the calculator, that's the number I got. You know what I'm saying? So you take this number right here. You take that number right there, and you times it by 3. Oh, hold on. I'll do it this way. Hold on. Excuse me. My bad. 5,608 times 3. and then you will get $1,704.54. Now, this is how much you're supposed to be charging an hour. Now, what do I mean by why an hour, right? Okay, so look, if you want to make this much a year, of course you can charge this much. But considering that we like to take breaks, we're not gonna really be working 8 hours a day. We like to have fun and stuff like that. So to get to the most accurate amount, charging about $1,000 an hour would be, or $1,700.54 an hour will get you to the $1 million mark per year. Now, to understand this, I'll give you another method that I got from Tony Robbins. Hold on. So we're gonna take let's say you times this number by 4, right? 4 times, I'm just gonna put 4 times 1,000, 1K, right? And that will equal obviously 4K. So this is your monthly expense. That's how much you make monthly. So you take this and you multiply it by 4. I said by 4. You don't multiply this by 4. You multiply this by 12. Excuse me. 4 times 12. That will not be there. That's not there. You multiply that, and then you will get, what's 4 times 12? 40, 44, 48. Okay, so you get 48K a year. You take this right here and you multiply it by 20. And that, hold on. And that is how you get financial security. Whatever the sum of this one will be, that will equal financial security, right? How was that financial security? Easy. Because, again, going into memento mori, remember that you die. The science of getting rich is an exact science. So exact, in fact, that it's like 24 hours in a day, 60 seconds in a minute, and 60 minutes in an hour, right? 52 weeks in a year, and 365 days in a year, right? It is that exact. So when we talk about the science of getting rich, now we're getting into the price versus value. So let's say someone did charge 1K an hour. This is the issue with most people. Right? They want to do a price versus value. How do you get this to equal this? Right? Going into the most, now what is an asset? An asset is a useful or valuable person, thing, or quality. With that being said, we must understand that the greatest asset to a millionaire is his health or her health. No sexist here. The greatest asset to a millionaire is their health. With that being said, we must understand this. Health is wealth. If you are healthy, that means you can go out and do things, right? You can't go to work and make money if your leg's falling off. You know what I'm saying? You can't go out there and make money if you're sick all the time. So with that being said, health is wealth. And when you learn how to maintain yourself, you become prosperous. You become abundant. You become fruitful, right? You literally will exude financial wealth, right? Now, this is all coming into mentalism, because the greatest form of wealth, not the greatest asset, but the greatest form of wealth is mind, is a peace of mind, right? Once you understand your mind, well, they can just say, it feels so good to be alive, baby, because now you're not developing your memory. This is different. Developing your mind and developing your memory are two separate things. Now, we are God's highest form of creation. With that being said, we as humans are totally disoriented in our environment. Every other animal totally blends in, right? We were blessed with 6 mental faculties such as perception, will, imagination, memory, reason, and intuition, right? Not every other animal on the planet has that. They move purely off of instinct, right? And robots or automatons, they're controlled by somebody. They're basically slaves, right? This is supposed to help you take your power back, right? When you write these numbers down, you do the math. You do the math for yourself. Remember, what's titled this? Decision, right? Make a decision to be successful, because as soon as you make the decision to write down how much money you want, you have to know what you want first, right? You have to literally know what you want first. And once you know what you want, you then write it down, because that's how you crystallize it. When you crystallize what you want, you then develop a system, and then after that, I'll regress. Once you figure out what you want, the path will be shown to you. How? Because once you have been enkindled, the darkness will be dispelled. The point of this video was to enkindle your kundalini, to evoke your consciousness. In other words, I wish to inspire you to call upon your consciousness, your highest personality. How you doing? With that being said, understand this, that life is precious, but nature is metal. Life is precious, but nature is metal. So once you realize that you are ancient, you know what I'm saying? Your body, you may have been around the sun. I've been around the sun 23 times, but I know that the material that makes this body, that makes this vessel, is ancient. And because I realize how sacred that is, in the sense of, I realize that this is a privilege and a gift. That's because tomorrow's a mystery. Yesterday was history, and today's a gift. That's why they call it a present. Shout out to Master Oogway, right? But with that being said, what makes today so sacred is that you'll never get it back. Today is the oldest you'll ever be, and the youngest you'll ever. Today is the youngest you'll ever be, and the oldest you'll. Whoa, because you get older as the day go by. I don't remember how that saying goes, but basically what I'm trying to say is this: you are divine. How are you divine? Because literally you are a co-creator of your reality. You have the power to create your reality. You have that kind of power. Literally, we are archetypes and pioneers of the future. We shape our reality. The idea here is not to live forever. It's to build something that does last forever, because no one can live forever. Think about it. If everyone says we're here to create a new world, to worship God, so on and so forth, but when you really think about it, none of them are living forever, right? So with that being said, we have to understand that we are here to understand ourselves. The point of living is giving. As ye sow, so shall ye reap. And that's one of the universal laws, going into the law of compensation. The law of compensation clearly states this, and tune into this if you want to, write it down. But the law of compensation says this: the money that you earn in life, I'll regress before I get into that. There are 2 ways of making money: money at work and people at work. And there are 2 forms of currency, or 2 forms of income. There is mental income or spiritual income, in the sense of what you get spiritually, your satisfaction. And then there is the material income, such as money, information, water, love, sex, so on and so forth. And then transcending that, again, now going into the law of compensation. The law of compensation clearly states that the money that you earn will be in exact ratio with the need for what you do, or demand, your ability to do it, and the difficulty there is in replacing you. And the only thing you really have to focus on is number 2, which is your ability to do it, right? Because there's always going to be a demand for experts are the highest in demand, and selling is the highest paid profession. So once you learn to become an expert in your field, you will always be in demand. You just have to figure out what your target audience is, your niche, right? I had one more thing to say. Not one more thing. I was going to continue this video, of course, but I had another thing to say. The law of exchange. The law of exchange clearly says this: that there is no such thing as something for nothing, and there is no such thing as a get-rich-quick scheme, right? We must understand that hard work and honesty alone will not get us rich. When one gets rich, it is never the result of hard work. Hustling only does it, the only thing hustling does is make you tired, exhausted, and fatigued. Right? Again, there are two ways of making money: people at work and money at work, labor and skill. Right? Psychology and perspiration. Right? With that being said, understand this, that once we figure out how much money we want, don't ask again, how do I make $1 million? Instead, ask, how do I serve 1 million people? Because once you start asking how to serve people, you are now in alignment with creation. Why? Because you have transcended greed. Right? You're looking at how to help people. If you really want to make money, you would look at how to help people, because the only way you're going to make money is by helping people, by providing a service. The money that we receive in life will always be in direct proportion with our contribution, our service. In other words, money earned is a byproduct of value creation, and it is a reward received for a service rendered. You have to provide a service. Either you have to provide a service, you have to give off an idea, or you have to have a product that's now going into intellectual property. With intellectual property, it clearly states you have to have an idea, product, or service in order to distribute in exchange for money. Right? That's by law. Literally, physically, okay, that's a man-made law. That's literally by man-made law. But there are also universal laws. You can either call it divine law, you can call it natural law, karmic law, you know what I'm saying, sowing and reaping. No matter what you want to call it, that doesn't matter. What really matters is if you understand it, because that is vitally important. Right? Understanding the laws of the universe is vitally important. Or the 7 Hermetic principles, right? Vitally important. Hermetic, emanating from the Latin hermetis, or is it hermeticis? I can't remember, but it emanates from Thoth and Hermes. But it clearly states that it's either sealed or it's closed shut. That's what hermetic means, sealed or closed shut. In other words, esoteric and or cryptic. So what I'm giving, the knowledge that I'm giving, is is actually a secret. I'm just revealing to you secrets that not many people talk about or know about. You know what I'm saying? We are limited by 2 things: a weakness of attention and a poverty of imagination. And what contributes to failure is a lack of information and an absence of awareness. And we have 2 barriers to success. There are only 2 barriers to success that I know of: our mental conditioning, how we see ourselves and our attitude, and our environment, the people we hang around, right? The things we eat, right? The things we do on a day-to-day basis, our habits. Once you change your habits, your diet, and your circle, you will notice a lot of problems will disappear, right? With that being said, I'm so happy and grateful that I'm alive today, being able to give this information to everyone watching. I appreciate you for even taking the time out to view this video, because we all realize that time is just going away all the time. That I hope that you don't even I can only imagine that when you watch this is adding on to your life. You know what I'm saying? Because the most valuable currency to me is attention, and the fact that you're paying me attention, it's a blessing. It's a privilege, right? It's a privilege. It's a privilege truly to give you this information, because without you, I can't be me. As a philosopher, right? I realize that without you, I can never understand what I actually mean. Because if you disagree with me, that's okay. I love that. Why? Because only then will I be able to lead myself out of ignorance a little bit more. Because education all right, so look, an educated person is not someone who has an abundance of special or generalized knowledge. An educated person is someone who has developed the faculties of their mind to get what they want or its equivalent without violating the rights of others. We must understand the true meaning of education, There are two, and it emanates from the Latin educo and educare. Educare means to lead out or to bring out of ignorance. So I had to bring myself out of ignorance in order to lead others out of ignorance. And educo means to develop, to induce, or to draw out from within. We literally have infinite supplies of potential. We have infinite supplies of talent, and talent emanates from the Latin talentum, which means a sum of money. So we are literally born rich. The day you were born, you were verified, right? And the universe will reveal its secret to you the day you decide to follow your heart, right? With that being said, we have deep reservoirs of potential. We have deep reservoirs of intelligence, right? We must not mistake school and intelligence for education and learning, because you can learn anything anywhere, right? You can be educated any time of the day. You can literally, not too long ago, you know what I'm saying? Tay Sute, my boy Tay Sute, he educated me on the frog. I know nothing about no frog. You know, I don't know about the frog. You know what I'm saying? He educated me. So with that being said, you must understand that all the power is within you. You are a sovereign being, right? You are self-ruling. That's what sovereign means. Sovereign means self-ruler. You are a self-ruler. You are sovereign, right? You are autonomous. You are self-governing, because governmental, we are here to govern ourselves. We are autonomous, right? Now, I do understand that there are rules, because just like Monopoly, there are rules to the game. There are rules to the game. I understand that. But the idea is to be the game changer. It's to bend the rules to our will and to change the game, right? With that being said, if anyone has any questions, feel free to always hit me up. You know what I'm saying? I do have services available, such as I have a premium package called The Secret of the Conscious Fractal, right? And I also have other services or smaller package services, such as getting into the self. I have personal development of services. I have personal development, personal growth, and I have inspiration. And since I'm in the business of inspiration, so I also have inspirational things as services as well. Just inbox me, and we can go from there. But with that being said, y'all stay healthy, drink plenty of alkaline-based waters, and remember that you matter. And everything you do matters. Everything you say matters. Everything you think matters. Peace.